Hello, everybody, and welcome to our Season 1 wrap-up for our Blood of Kings campaign. We are Goblets and Gays. I am Aubrey, the GM of said game. And fun story, this is not the first time we're recording this. First time we recorded it went... all the audio was corrupted! Woohoo! And I'll turn things over to the players to say hi.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hey, welcome again.
Welcome again. Not that you're going to hear the first one. You don't want to hear the first one. But yes, this is us re-recording. We initially had all of the cast last time, but unfortunately, Trula and Sparlock could not make it to our re-record, so it'll just be us today. We will go through, talk about what's going to happen between seasons 1 and 2, our plans going forward, a couple of announcements, and talk about some cool stuff that we enjoyed that happened in season 1. If I can figure out what those questions are, we may answer them again.
And remember,
You might be able to remember a keyword and search for such as questions. And wow, we say that word a lot. Questions for tonight. Found them.
That's good. So yes, we will get into it. And off the bat, want to thank everybody for listening, giving us reviews, sharing us on Twitter and all other social networks, and joining our Discord, talking with us, all of that amazing things. The reception to the show and season 1 was a lot more than any of us actually ever expected. We've said this before in our intros, but we have really been blown away by everyone and just how great everyone's. And so we're going to start off by announcing that we will be back on March 17th, St. Paddy's Day, with episode 1 of season.
Yeah, we had a whole one episode till now. We're going to episode 2 next.
Yeah. So I'm excited. We are actually about to record it this weekend. So we'll be recording the first couple episodes. And I have so many fun things planned.
Fun for us or fun for you?
Both?
Yeah. Terrifying, thank you.
But yes, we will still be posting content between between seasons 1 and 2. First, we're going to start off with a Monster of the Week game that is a crossover between our show, Dice and a Slice, Chasing Tales, and Backwater Bastard. It is set in the 1930s in Los Angeles on a movie set as the... honestly, it's hard to explain, but it's just old Hollywood people fight monsters. It's a lot of fun. There's some great characters, and there's just a great group of people that I'm so happy I got to run a game for. And then we will have the Harry Potter game to round out the last couple of weeks as we move into season 2, Trula's very first game, which we just finished recording that. I think it went rather well.
I think it also went rather well.
It was a lot of fun.
It was very, very
fun. And I think it was a very good experience for Trula. For her first ever game.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
And we'll get into the announcements. We got a lot of really cool things coming down the pipeline. And as season 2 launches, it will also be launching alongside a Patreon to help support us by us upgrade our equipment and maybe one day hire an outside editor for audio. That's like the super, super high tier because our episodes are long, and that would be a bit. But also help pay actors, commission stuff, and maybe get some merch going. But we will also be launching a Patreon exclusive show. It's going to be a once a month show, and it's going to be just one-shots. The first one-shot will actually be something that Tick ran.
I did run it. It is very good.
It is very good. I had a lot of fun with it. It's just a fun Monster of the Week. We really love Monster of the Week here, so we will probably be running it a lot. But the first one will be the Monster of the Week game that Tick ran. The second one is I'm going to run a game of the Dragon Age tabletop RPG, which I'm very excited to actually sit down and play because it is honestly one of my favorite fantasy worlds. I take a drink of water. Doing a lot of talking. And then also around, we'll announce it here. It is going to start in April, but we do not have a set date in April when it is going to start yet. More likely than not, it is going to be the first Friday in April. We'll be launching a new show called Animam Agiri. And it's a City of Mist actual play set in a world that takes some of the trappings of the Persona games and takes a lot of inspiration from various horror media. it's going to be a lot of fun. We have the cast together. There will be as you're hearing this, you can go over to Animam Agiri on Twitter, see our trailer that I put together, and you see our cast list. See who. Actually, I have 3 of the cast members here with me.
You do. Hello.
Yeah, the other 2 are awesome people that I haven't gotten to like work with one of them yet, but I'm very excited to. And the other one runs the Buffy game. It's going to be, and that one will be more likely than not the first and last Friday of every month. It will more likely than not be in its own RSS feed, but we will link to it. And it's going to have its own Twitter and Instagram. So definitely check us out there. And I hope you enjoy the content that we're going to bring you through that. It is an idea that has been swirling around in my head for a while, and I'm super excited to bring it to life. Let's see. Cool. And so now that we got announcements out of the way, we'll answer some questions, talk about season 1. Guess we should start it off with Caleb's question of what do you believe are the easiest and most difficult aspects about playing your character? I know we've answered all of these, but you may have thought of a better answer this time.
That implies that I think about things. So my answer has not changed much. I'm going
give
to
it.
Yeah, I'm like, you kind of have to give it because nobody's going to be able to hear the initial answer.
True. I was just like, but do I go
Fun
first?
surprise.
I think
Yes.
the easiest part is being just an idiot, because I tend to be kind of. It's fun to play dumb characters. It's fun to not use a brain cell. On the flip side, being not an agent of chaos is probably one of the hardest parts, and also like being the person that people go to for advice, because I'm like not the person that people go to for advice usually, and I'm like, oh no. In character, I would totally know what to say to Tesh, deep emotional question she's come to me with, but out of character, I don't know, just eat some cookies and cry like the rest of us. That's my easiest and hardest, I'd say.
Let's see, my easiest and hardest. Hardest it would be being the moral compass of the group. It's so fucking difficult because like sometimes you just want to go ape shit, like for real. And like I can't do that. Not when I have somebody who's like morally just.
Yeah.
Okay, like y'all are so fine with completely like murdering a whole raiding party, and I'm like, still murder.
Yeah. I feel though they grew a little bit during the first season. I definitely feel like there were many times near the end of the first season where Tesh just explicitly did not want to kill somebody.
Didn't fight at all. I do remember like
This
the
is
last
also true.
which is great because that means you're listening. Everything about my favorite part though with that is like Estrella going, well, actually, no, I don't think the god of death would actually want this. And Marrow, essentially the god of death right here, like, no, excuse me, don't you dare tell me what I know. And then Doan appears and goes, actually,
Morgan Freeman,
right?
No.
That's my favorite. That was my favorite part. I remember spamming the chat with like,
Yeah,
I could do so.
I remember.
Oh god, yeah. You don't understand, man. Vindication. Okay, it was a good flexing. Another hard thing would definitely be I find if I just straight annoying sometimes. So I'm like paranoid about that too. So there's a fine line between how bold I can be, which is also something super fun. But she's super cathartic to play. She just doesn't give a shit and very nice.
And I don't ever think Estrella was annoying. She definitely is a very headstrong energy that a lot of people might think is annoying. I mean, to be fair, like especially earlier in season 1, reminded me of very early campaign 2 Jester.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I feel like you will either get used to her 3 episodes in, or I don't know, you'll end up liking her like halfway through. That's the vibe for me because I have specific episodes where I'm like, yeah, we were pretty fucking annoying, and like I don't listen to them. I don't even listen to them for a little bit.
That's fair. Yeah, no, it's like I imagine it's very much like you're a character. You're very big in your fiction, very headstrong, and I personally love it because it gives me a lot to play off of.
Well, I'm glad.
Where if I throw a specific kind of character at you, I'm very excited, always excited to see how you will react. Like there are a couple of characters that in season 2 that I'm very excited for you to meet. I'm also very excited for you guys to interact more with Eric.
I'm very excited.
I am excited for many things. And also Eric's just gonna be like, "Hi, I exist. I'm a homie of your homie, and I have to be like, any normal person would be super suspicious of what's going on right now, but I gotta be dense as fuck. I gotta be a dumbass. I'm gonna be like, oh, it's nice to meet you, incredibly edgy looking man."
From your incredibly edgy looking friend.
Exactly. It's like, oh, you must have came from the same village. You know that backstory line from like episode 2.
I'm also unsure if Trula remembers her own backstory line.
I'm gonna lose my mind if I know Mara has been debating bringing it up. Like, do you want to try and figure out more about those zombies that help like your town? If Ileana's like, for what now? Like, for what?
Yeah. Okay. And there are a lot of other characters like you will be making your way to you'd been given that Rose had sent Serena onto Ecreset, and you two of you already know who is in Ecreset because it was in our last campaign. You're familiar with who the family is, but I'm very excited for you to meet the current scion of the family.
Please, my homies, I gotta meet them again. I have no connection to them in this game, but I'm like out of character gonna be like, my homies. I missed you so much.
I mean, I feel like it's definitely not spoilers if we just mentioned like casually Tick played the princess of Ecreset.
Yeah,
when
pretty
we
much.
First met. Yeah, way prior to
the first campaign.
Yeah. Oh god, this. Yeah.
It was definitely a very powerful tiefling.
Oh yeah. Oh god, that was another thing. We both played tieflings that were very questionable.
You were just a thought, but
I was so
oh god, like you think Estrella's horny? You don't even know. You don't even know. You don't even know the depth, okay, of how thirsty I can get. I had 27 shirts because I stole them from every bitch I got laid by.
Yep. Every time it would be like, I steal their shirt, and I go, okay.
Yeah, you just let me do it. I would like if my bag wasn't filled with cash money because I was a hoarder, it was filled with sugar.
You won a bet with the god of wine and revelry early on in the campaign that the only way you could have done is to roll a natural 20, and you did. So you got like a shit ton of money early in the campaign and then just didn't share it with anybody.
Yep.
It was kind of funny.
To be fair, I paid for most of the expenses too. Okay?
You were the great sugar daddy.
I was your sugar daddy. I was your sugar parent.
Yep.
Because I'm like, Elsie pays all pros, and I'm like, oh wait.
Yeah.
God, great group. I'm really glad that's how we all like most of us met, and also like I'm gonna miss the whole. They will be missed long in another version of this campaign in the future, kind of where I was just the most unforgivable jerk in the world.
We'll move on to the next question. A lot of people ask the same area.
Wait.
You answer. I forgot you had an answer.
It's okay. I only had one answer anyway.
Go for
I don't remember what I said what was hardest. But the easiest thing is being broody as heck. Even though I am not, technically speaking, a broody person, but it's real easy to play. But I don't remember what the hardest part is.
And it probably hits with Arat.
I mean, sure, that was definitely hard. I wouldn't say that was hard in terms of like a character, like I don't know. From an standpoint, I don't because it's our interpretation of it. But yeah,
I mean, I would say your hardest part of playing Tesh is doing her voice and having the mic pick it up.
True, very true.
I'm kidding. It didn't used to be a problem. That is a new problem with the same mic. New problem with the exact same mic. that I've been using almost the entire podcast.
Quick
I
thing.
will say though that Ferris is like a ball of sunshine, personified. Ferris is very soft, so playing Tesh is fucking weird, but like very fun.
It's just fine.
It's whiplash.
Luckily, a lot of times I can fix the fact that Tesh is so quiet in post, so you sound pretty much normal.
Oh,
and
good. Sorry to give you extra work.
We can't like honestly. I just go up. I just take the slider and push it up.
The only thing that doesn't change. The only thing that doesn't change is I can't hear whatever the hell Tesh is trying to ask me.
Yeah, I can't help you with that.
I just have to guess.
We're going to learn how to project from the gut while I'm. We're gonna do that. Just try to project from down there, especially when I'm slumped on the couch instead of like sitting up and properly using my poor diaphragm.
No, this is the reason why I have to like sit at a desk and stuff when using this, because I'm gonna be talking so much. If not, I like doing this on like a couch or something. I just get uncomfortable and winded.
Yeah.
So not sitting properly.
Okay, you know what? You know what else is hard? Fucking doing a serious accent. Actually, I bite my tongue a lot. Like I bite it. It hurts. Oh
yeah.
I think one time in the middle of battle, I literally went, "Oh!" and you were like, "Oh, you really felt that?" Yeah, I did. With my tongue, I bit it on the tip, but it was enough to like you know, like when your eyes water. Yeah, it was one of those. I was like, like one of those. But I left my push to talk on, and you were like, "Oh shit, you really felt that one."
You didn't say anything, so I thought you were just reacting.
Well, I couldn't say anything if I bit my tongue.
Fair. Yeah, no, accents are hard sometimes. I mean, I will probably break out the Sortea accent at some point for some NPC in this game, just because it is the only accent I can reliably use.
It's a good one.
Yeah. Thank you. I don't know. I just started it and it worked. And to be fair, anytime I was playing Sortea, it would fuck up my voice for like the next day because I'd be just drinking water the whole time. But yeah, my voice is just like vocal cords aren't used to it, so therefore like the next day I'm like a little bit raspy.
Oh yeah, no. What I do with Estrella's stuff is I have warm tea for like the first hour of recording, and then I'm usually good. If not, I drink tea in the morning because Estrella, it's not even that good of an Eastern European accent. I have to watch Ginny D's video again.
Yeah, and then like I hope to. One of my things this year is to try to work on accents, which I'm slowly working at. I said that if I have a specific things written out, I can do it. Like if it's a specific, I have to read what it's written, and there are also just a lot of words that I'm like, my brain cannot.
Solid.
I can't do accents. I just bullshit it.
Okay. And then we'll move on to the next question. A lot of people, Birdhouse, C, and Dusty all asked, what was your favorite moment? You can also probably lump like plot twists in there too.
Okay, yeah, that's a.
I mean, if you have a favorite moment and a favorite plot twist thing, or a favorite moment or a favorite plot twist, just favorite moments, because plot twists can count as moments.
Okay,
definitely moments.
Okay, two. Okay, let me 1 second. Let me take a sip before I go.
Yeah.
Well, my favorite plot twist, and the reason why it's my favorite is because it gave me such a heavy whiplash that it reawoken my car accident injury along my neck. What was fun about that though is because we had to re-record that episode. Like I would be able to go see my physiotherapist like the next day, and I was like, all right, this is fine. I can deal with it. This is fine. But that's how bad the whiplash was. So yeah, Tesh revealing she was married. That was a fun one. Not even revealing. It was like putting 2 and 2 together. Actually, that hurt. That the plot twist of the century is that I got to play essentially a home wrecker for like the equivalent of
14 episodes.
Yeah, about
all right, that home was well done already wrecked. You were just prancing through the wreckage, not realizing you were in a house because it had already been partially demolished. And then Tesh came and went, "Hey, there's still some things standing here. I better set it on fire.
Oh yeah. I
That's
feel
what
like
happened.
I feel like it was the physical feeling. Everything I went through that day, the physical and emotional pain, was the feeling of desecrating a church. That's what it felt like. Okay, it was very unholy. Whatever. Favorite moment would be every time Ileana one-shotted something with sudden bolt, solely because I like the way she describes her spells as like vines and super earthy and very like cottagecore-esque. But whenever I picture sudden bolt, I picture a giant tree being thrown from the sky. So
I like that. It's electric. You know, it does electric damage.
yeah, I know that's the best part. Like she describes the electricity curving around like vines and stuff, and I'm like, oh, that's so cool. But tree. Oh my god, what if it was a big carrot?
Does anyone else have favorite moments and plot twists?
Almost dying. Almost dying was a big one.
Which time?
I mean, everyone else, funny enough, out of all of the characters so far, Groon. Oh, wait, can I say spoiler?
Yeah, no, this is airing after
Okay.
all of season 1 has ended.
Perfect. If you guys get spoiled, that's all on you. I think
We just talked about the marriage. Of course, this is spoilers free or spoiler full.
spoiler free. But like Tesh, Astrea, and Groon were the only ones so far that have gone unconscious. I haven't gone unconscious once. However, almost being consumed by a swarm of zombies that Marrow couldn't outrun was also a very terrifying moment. That if they didn't get out of that, they would not be with us. And just that one moment was like, oh god. And at this moment, they knew they fucked up. Really glad that I made the worst sacrifice of all, which is the most important item known to man, which is the cape. But like, in that moment, my heart was beating a mile a minute because I was like, if the horse comes back, it's not leaving, is it? I don't know if they're gonna get us out of here. So that was personally a good moment for me, mostly because it gave me anxiety, but like in a good way. Yeah, that also the fucking married. Tess wasn't married. Tess was Varys. Tess was married. How could you do this to us?
Yeah, that's exactly how I felt. That's exactly how it. Oh god, and that's the same day I was giving y'all fucking Christmas presents, and I'm just like at the end, I'm like I didn't know what to do, so I just kind of started spontaneously screaming. I was like, "You guys want it now?" I didn't even say "fuck you" to Craig. That's how hard it is.
I was like, yeah, that was a lot, man. Holy shit.
That was a
Also, the fact that this isn't, I don't know if this counts as like a favorite moment, but it's definitely just the knowledge that Heron has a fan club canonically existing in this setting from a natural role makes me very happy for some reason. Because it's so stupid to think that this man has a fan club and someone died, and their first thought, hypothetically, was to go up to some random stranger and be like, hey, want to read my Prince Heron fanfic?
Oh, I think my favorite moment would probably be, I don't know, probably the Vlask fight part 2, the return to Vlask fight. Specifically part 2 of the Vlask fight.
Where you fought the Dryad.
Yeah, I think that one was a lot of fun. There's a lot of interesting things. That was fun. Favorite plot twist is, this is a joke, but my favorite plot twist is finding out that Marrow, dick, that Vlagos was a man. That will make me laugh and fill me with joy every time I think about it for the rest of my life. So thank you for that.
Like every time you say Vlagos the man, I think of the band Portugal the Man.
I did.
And so I'm like, we just need a T-shirt that just says Vlagos, comma the man in the Portugal the Man font.
Vlagos band shirts. I want a Vlagos band shirt.
Oh my god, we go into town and they're like, oh, this live indie band is playing. It's like 5 bars, and we're like, oh cool, let's go watch. It'd be nice to have dinner and a live show. It's just called Vlogos, and Tesh is over here trying to suppress all her trauma. There's like 3 songs about her. 3 songs about
I already have one of them.
You did write some music that I have, and I'm like, I want to find something to do with this.
Lol.
It's really good. You
Oh,
wrote like a Blagos fight song and a Tempest song and all that stuff, and they were so good.
Oh yeah, that's
thank you.
another magical thing
like
about
the
Ferris.
Blagos fight.
Ferris does music things.
Yeah.
Like, it came out of fucking nowhere too. I had no idea you were interested in music at all until you went, "Hey, I have a song for you," and I was like, "What?"
Give us all songs for Christmas.
There's technically an entire album of Blood of
Yeah.
Kings songs.
Out there on the internet, let us know.
It is actually accessible and it's like public. You
Mm.
can find it. I think you can technically download it.
Post it on
Who's
the
out
Twitter,
there?
you coward.
Cool. No, shut
oh
up.
Gosh.
When I was asking
So
you
your
for things,
Christmas gifts.
when I was asking you for things to plug for Instagram, you were like, "Nah, nothing is good." How?
I forgot about it. I straight up forgot about it. I haven't thought about that since I did it. I dropped it. A week later, I forgot I ever did it.
That's ADHD.
I am not exaggerating.
I
Um,
forget I do many things.
Until it came up just now, I forgot I wrote music ever.
No object permanence.
Oh, what is object permanence? I have none. Yeah, wow, I should write another song. I haven't done that in a long time now,
Oh,
officially.
Mhm.
Proposal. If we do get to if we do all survive to the end of season 2, which I'm hoping for, maybe our next recap should be entirely in character.
That could be fun.
Could
Oh
be fun.
God.
Ooh.
Oh God.
Oh
Can
no.
you-
Oh
my
no.
God.
Wait,
I'm
maybe
down.
we shouldn't. Maybe we shouldn't.
I'm so
I'm gonna get
thankful.
nothing but roast.
You will, and that is exactly what you.
Roasted enough out of character.
But
We don't roast you. We roast Tesh. Completely
Yeah.
different thing.
That is. I mean, you roast me too, but for different reasons.
I roast you for calling freaking artichokes Digimon. You deserve that.
You what?
It looks like Armadillomon. Is it my fault? Artichoke look like an armadillo, and ergo Armadillomon, which looks like an armadillo.
Let me see what this
Google
even
that.
means.
Google that Digimon right now. Look it up.
right now.
Look it up, and you'll be like, "Oh, okay. It kind of looks like an artichoke." They were clearly
No.
They wasn't what they designed it after, but they might as well
No.
have.
It literally does not look like an artichoke to any degree whatsoever. What are you on?
It
This, right?
does.
Hold on, I'm gonna send it.
I mean, my favorite plot twist was the one that I'd been sitting on all season.
Yeah, that one was very
Yes.
good.
Oh,
Serena.
yeah. I love. I don't give a shit about any of the other royals except her.
I've been that all season and just trying to figure out if you were all going to figure this out at the end of the first season, or if you were just going to happen to cross her and then have to put things together.
Buckle just covered it.
Not to be
You
dramatic.
bullied a woman into telling you.
We
It
did
was-
not believe. No. We did not. We did not. Estrella just walked in with 4 of the shadiest fucking people you could have ever picked, and Estrella has like an 11 in persuasion. She didn't have to roll intimidation at all. If she did, she also has 11 in that. You wouldn't have lived, Rose.
Well, we might not have lived after that because she did have like a demi-lid.
That's fine. Don't worry about it.
Like we would have intimidated the crap out of her, and then the demi-lit should have been like, anyway.
Anyway, then I started killing.
Yeah. Winston was a character I came up with early in planning for this, and I absolutely love him.
I out of character
Yeah,
love
He's
Winston
just
so much.
this little Debbie Lich that wants to just research. He just wants to learn.
I don't
I
trust him.
stand him so much.
He's up to things.
All right. Anyways, hit us with the next question.
Next question.
If you could have changed anything about your character, start over from scratch. Like one thing, like what would you change about your character?
Okay, I'll do this. I remember. I would probably not have picked a barbarian. They're a little different in Pathfinder, and I did not realize. And my favorite parts about barbarian are not true in Pathfinder. Or they might be later. I don't know. Maybe we're just not to that part yet. But I do really enjoy the narrative aspects of the rage machine, like of a person who like rage is built into them mechanically, and like how that affects it narratively. I really enjoyed that dichotomy, as well as like this particular source of rage. Like, sure, I could have had it be just a narrative aspect, that you're haunting, but like I think it's a lot of fun to be able to like have that moment where it's like I might rage whether I want to or not here, and we'll just see how well I will save. And I really enjoy that. I think it's just a homebrew mechanic. We just threw that in there like episode 2, and I just think it's really fun. But I probably wouldn't have made Tish, but it's not whatever. I don't know what she would have been. Fun fact, she did not used to be a barbarian. Barbarian is new to her. She was the Tempest of Lagos. She was a fighter.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say she used to be a wife.
That too.
Well, yes, that also, but no, she did not used to be. When she was the Tempest, she was not a barbarian. That is a new feature. So there, you get bonus stuff.
Petition that if Tesh were to get married again, she swaps back to
It turns out her class goes with her marital status.
I mean, I've said this before, but if you ever want to change things around, let me know. I could find fun story reasons why Tesh's class might change.
I will let you know. At the moment, I'm, I have come to terms with it and found the fun in it regardless, which is all that really matters.
Yeah,
there was a moment of deep despair, though.
I mean, you were still like also, to be fair, you're not like wearing the most optimum armor you could.
Nope.
You're wearing light armor, and you could wear up to medium.
I did not know that.
Yep, you could wear medium
Some
armor.
of it is also, I just don't know anything about my class. We are 15, 16 episodes in, and I don't know anything about my class.
17. We ended it off.
Oh no, that just makes it worse.
I would
We're
like
all
to say,
Steven season.
We're all Steven in.
We're whole Steven universe in
I would like to say there is like a general feat that lets you don armor more quickly. I remember this specifically because I saw it on call and I was like, hey, do you guys want to know what the most useless feat I could take is? And they were like, what? And I was like, the don armor quickly feat.
Yeah, you don't wear armor. Anybody else, that's really great because technically you cannot sleep in your armor, or unless you want to take levels of fatigue.
That's okay. I always actually, whenever we have a middle of the night fight, I don't account for my armor, which is real fun when I rage.
Oh,
but
no.
also, like you guys are in a decently sized city, and you get an amount of money.
Yeah,
You can
just
buy
We
stuff.
do?
You all can upgrade. You have at least whatever was your split from the thing, and you have whatever you got from the, all of the treasure that you got on the island.
You can buy stuff.
I don't think we got that treasure. I'm pretty sure we
we have extra party money. Remember, I'm the treasurer because I don't trust anyone.
Yeah, and then you all have you guys got like 1,000 gold from Velen, and for getting them back to the
So we all basically we
should
should at least have about 200 on us.
and honestly, like
in the
good armor and stuff like that, like especially magical enchanter armor is actually
Mine was a gift.
yeah, here's what you get. You could also theoretically maybe take it to a leather worker and have it upgraded to medium armor.
Lila, your armor gets upgraded.
That is the thing you could do, because I mean, this is like a leather breastplate, and you just be like, I want this to be more, and then they just add more.
Increase it.
In terms of party funds, we have over 300 gold, and then some change. So like we're good.
Yeah, and then everybody should have about 200, because you guys just split up the 1,000.
That I do know. I know my personal funds. I don't know.
But yeah, you got.
I never will.
I do actually have an answer to this question, though. Which is actually different from the answer that I gave before, because like I was thinking about character stuff and like looking at feats and stuff like that, and actually I'm like, no, monks are pretty cool. The only thing I was concerned about is like, oh no, I'm not doing a lot of damage as a character because everyone else is doing that. And I'm like, wait, I don't need to do a lot of damage as a character. I don't think that's where this character's skill is. So like, I don't actually know if I would have picked a different class, because we have people who are very good at DPS right now. And I was like, but
We have Ileana.
You have Ileana, that's all we need. And also, like, Aki is decent DPS. Ferris, you are technically a DPS tank. I don't need to do a lot of damage. The way I was building this was kind of like I just want to make sure the enemies don't get to them. You know, like stunning strike, lots of movement and stuff like that, burning through turns. Like my job isn't doing damage. It's making sure the other people can. And I was like, well, if I was a rogue, I could do damage, or if I was a druid, I could do more damage. I'm like, wait, I don't need to do that actually. So I'm retconning my answer to the only thing that I would have changed if we got to start this campaign completely new, is I would have looked Aubrey in the eye and said, hey Aubrey, let me have a pet wolf, please. Just I want a puppy, please.
You can take the archetype.
I'm debating it, I'm not going to lie. I'm just like, next time we get archetypes, like, how many puppies can I have? I want one. Because like I don't even care if it's mechanically useful. I'm just like, there's a puppy. Can I hold it? Is it very fluffy? I want it. I miss my dog at home. So I guess my next goal in this game is to get a puppy, and Briar Singh is gonna hate that, but that's okay.
Pets for the party. Pets for the party.
Pets for the party. But like, this is gonna be a bit of a not a tangent, but like the way. I think I built this character in a way that they would build themselves, which is probably the best way to have gone about it. Whereas I was worried, it's like I was worried that I didn't build it correctly because I was like, I usually like to do a lot of damage and do very showy offy stuff and cast fireball and cast a gun at everything. But like that doesn't really fit the character that I designed, and I'm like now getting used to that. It's like, okay, so how am I going to rub a brain cell together, because I don't usually have those, to make this character do the thing in the way that they would do it, if that makes sense. Which means lots of stunning strike and lots of Ferris and I leveling up at the same time so we can actually have some sort of a coherent battle strategy.
Who needs a battle strategy?
Considering how many times you warned us about the like battles in the future being more difficult and more strategic, we do.
That's fair.
And we also yell at each other if we get hurt in battle.
If either of us does anything reckless, it's become like a pattern where it's like we threaten the other person. So like we got to do it at this point. We got to come to a compromise.
I would have I would have started with Estrella having much more coherent, because I wasn't supposed to play Estrella originally. She was made in 2 days. Because okay, originally I was supposed to play her dad. I was supposed to play the gnome doctor guy who was going to be like a traveling therapist. He was going to be like a bard as well and stuff like that, because I mean that's where the that's where half of her backstory comes from. And then Ferris was like, I'm going to play Abby from The Last of Us. So I double checked with her. I was like, both in personal DMs, and like I called her out in the middle of our Discord chat. I was like, you're sure, right? You're going to play Abby, right? And she was like, yeah, Abby, but like if Abby were a lesbian. I was like, perfect. And boom, I made Estrella in 2 days. And
this is like our first interaction, like private, like this was the first thing you ever DM'd me.
It was,
because
yeah.
We didn't know each other very well before that.
It was,
just joined the group.
I like doxed myself as horny and terrible. And then I like bards. Don't get me wrong, bard is my favorite class ever, and so I was really interested in playing bard. However, I feel like, I mean, Estrella is built kind of around being a bard right now, at least, because it fits. But I feel like, if anything, I would have at least swapped my intelligence and dex score, because I would like to multi-class as like swashbuckler, just to make all these other things make sense, or at least make her a little bit more efficient in that case. If I had to swap classes completely, it would probably be fighter or champion, not gonna lie. Just because I like them. They look really nice. But like it is a really cool looking class. But yeah, Estrella's not actually very dexterous. She's very intelligent. I could like do a wizard thing and really come out of fucking nowhere with all this knowledge. But yeah, like more coherent backstory, because half of it exists solely because Aubrey said this wasn't gonna be a 2-season thing. Oh god, that day when I realized, gee, this was gonna be like way longer than 2, and that we wouldn't touch my stuff until like after the 2 seasons. I was like, are these heart palpitations? Do I not? So yeah.
And then we'll move on to The question that I think I know the answer to, and I don't know if everybody's answer is going to change. If you just switch characters, who would you play instead? You can all say it at the same time.
I said Ileana last time because
That's true.
okay, this is a bit more semi backstory lore, not really, but like when we were in like the original campaign, I was like the whole fucking Mad King shit was still there, and I was just a relentless asshole to him, and I miss being able to be a dick to the Mad King. Like give me the option to bully this man again. And also to just do massive amounts of damage and also bully an entire cult. Like just give me that power.
I think if I picked a party member, if I picked a guest, I would pick the captain. And if I picked a PC, I would pick a Rot. Because I think she has a really interesting backstory now, which would be fun to explore. For the exact same reasons that Tesh is fun to explore. Only the other side of it.
Oh, you want to know something cool? Because I was supposed to record with Birdhouse this weekend, and then my power went out, so I was not able to record with Birdhouse. So whatever I do, because they're going to be, their characters are a tiny little circus in Blagos, and they're going to meet Arat.
Oh!
Arat is going to show up in that for a bit, and I get to play around with her.
Arat, I got divorced. Time to go to the circus.
Where canonly will she fall?
This is actually before the invasion happens.
Oh no!
Oh my god! This woman was like, I was already married to one clown. I might as well see the whole fucking circle.
Oh my god!
I'm excited to hopefully soon get in and record with that.
Also, Aubrey, I hope you know every single character that you gradually add into this game that has any sort of trauma or tragic backstory that needs emotional therapy, they're getting adopted and they're getting therapy friended whether they want to or not. This is my new job.
It's real awkward for me.
Well, that sucks for you, Tesh.
Does anyone have anything else to add before we move on to our last question?
Yes. So, cat to swap characters. I would play Tesh because y'all haven't seen me play Broody yet, and I can be real Broody, and I really want to do that. And NPC the captain or Velen actually, because I mean like Twink Nerd seems like a lot of fun. There is also the whole point and purpose that I've realized is that I would like to play a top. It's my turn. Mom says it's my turn to talk.
Your fault for creating your characters you do.
No, shut up. Estrella was a Switch. Estrella was a Nintendo Switch and you took them. Okay. Ferris C and I, we talk in DMs a lot. And you asshole. You looked at Estrella and you went bottom. Do not. I hate this.
But I can't fight the energy, I guess.
I would like to say if I had to pick an NPC, I would pick Serena, actually, now that I've thought about it, because not to be dramatic, but I would die for her.
Oh, yeah, Serena. I did say Serena.
She's a very good option.
Yeah, she had so much spice. Oh, and the other NPC, who I will not name because he's not here yet, he was my backup.
He is another character that I'm very excited to show up in season 2.
Is this oh shoot, I can't ask what.
You can type it in chat.
You know.
Oh yeah. Type better.
Yes.
Yes, I knew it.
He was my backup actually, and then I went nah. Let's make him appear regardless, and then I made him solely appeal to Aubrey.
Yes, you did.
I was like, hey Aubrey, what if I threw this at you? And then Aubrey keyboard slammed and was like, ah fuck. So yeah.
You broke me for like a good 10 seconds.
Oh yeah. I was like, aha, I've won. I knew exactly how to get into your head.
One last question from Kathleen of Ninth of Sympathies is what did you, the players, learn while recording this season?
How to play Pathfinder.
Yeah, super how to play Pathfinder. actually the verdict is still out if I have learned that or not.
So I learned, one, that Vlagos is a place, not a person. Two, that Pathfinder monks are very different from D&D monks. Like, okay, so
They're the CC. They're the crowd control.
what is crowd control?
Is exactly what it says. It's you go. Your big thing is moving around the battlefield, like grappling and tripping and disabling people, and giving support, like flanking
Yeah.
to give bonuses.
The one thing I knew about monks going into this game from 5e, which was not even correct, was that you need wisdom to do most any abilities because that's your main stat. And I was like, all right, so clearly this is an important stat. And after Aubrey was like, actually, here's the definition of key. I was like, oh, so it's useless then. Oh, this is useless. So that was a certain learning experience because I was just sitting here holding all these brain cells I couldn't even use or technically didn't even need. Like, oh my god, you don't need key. Or you don't need wisdom for shit. The only time you need it, the first time you need wisdom, hypothetically, as early as you possibly can, just playing a monk is like level 6. It's the first time your wisdom will become useful. Like, that's assuming you pick the level 6 ability. I did the math, I did the calculations. The earliest that it will be useful in character, if we even get to this point, is like level fucking like 14. So I'm just, you don't need to use your brain to punch stuff, is what I have learned in this fine Denny's today.
Strength and dex are your major. Do you want to hit a little bit harder or do you want to be more agile?
Let's just inject that dexterity juice. But like, I do love that I do not put anything into intelligence or wisdom otherwise because it's very useless. I'm like, I want to have one brain cell, one intelligence, just as a treat, just one tiny little brain cell floating around there to do something, respectfully.
It's so you can give all your good advice.
Exactly. See, that's all the brain cell is good for, is good advice, nothing else.
Start making you roll.
It's very good advice. So.
No!
It's
Thank God, it's already hard enough as it is. It's more like Monster Prom where you have to make the correct dialogue choice, and there's a chance that the person will just kill you on sight for what you say.
Okay, one other thing I learned was how much slow burn was actually going to affect me, because I'm fine with slow burn, by the way. Like especially if I'm like playing a video game. Slow burn romances are fine until we play fucking Pathfinder, apparently. This was pain. This is pain.
I warned you from the beginning. It was gonna be very slow.
No, but I was fine, right? Because I knew I was getting into. I just didn't realize that Estrella would become my comfort character.
Mood though.
What a horrible thing for her to become, because not only am I like constantly thinking about her, it also means that I am
constantly... Tesh is my comfort character.
Oh fuck!
Tesh is no comfort at all. She can comfort no one and nothing.
I can't tell who's in love with Tesh, me or Estrella. That's where the line has been drawn. I can't tell. Okay, we were doing another recording for a terrible Wonder Woman reading, and I mentioned Tesh like 6 fucking times.
May I just say the fact that we all have this level of like care for our characters just shows how much we're just too fucking in deep for the setting. Arbor, you could mentally devastate anyone in this chat in one session. And this is too much power for you to have, I think. Like,
I think I already have though.
No, you could do worse. Okay, these two have been mentally devastated. I don't think Mero's been super mentally devastated too much yet. Like they've been rocked a good amount, but they're like, I have a decent moral compass. I have a decent take a deep breath, confront things after a moment of thought and calm. Like, they have not broken a bottle and bashed Tesh's head in yet, and that's a testament to their patience. But like,
to be fair, most of our own mental damage has been done to ourselves or to each other. Mm-hmm. To be fair,
yeah, self-inflicted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm waiting for Aubrey to go, and here's your whole family dead. Like.
Okay, Aubrey can fucking.
I also built my character with a ton of trauma.
did.
I'm just like, how wrecked can I make you? And then let's see how much worse it gets while we play. And I'm going to rebuild you from You're starting off at rock bottom, and then you're going to dig.
You fucked up a perfectly good fighter is what you did. Look at it. It's got anxiety.
Look at it. It's a barbarian.
I don't want this to be on record that I'm saying, but I'm just saying. I went into some like, okay, so no, it's definitely recording. I just know Aubrey can hear this. When I was making this character a little bit internally, I was like, okay, you know the dead character trope? You will never be able to do that to me. I don't think that you could kill my parents. You could try, but like I don't think there's a dead parent trope here.
I could make you kill your parents.
That got very dark very quickly. I'm terrified.
You're the one who egged her on. You deserve it. All your trauma, your own fault.
Oh no. And now I'm holding my head like, listen, I will not confirm or deny anything. We'll just see how this game goes.
Yep. Oof. But yeah, no, it's been a pretty wild ride in season 1. And I'm very excited what happens in season 2. Especially since you all know the Serena thing, and I have written a fun little tease involving Serena for the prologue of season 2 that I'll read when we start.
I literally want it right now.
Please just read it to us now. It's so close.
I mean, I will if you want me to. But yeah, again, it's like I will. I will more like not. I'll have to like read it again at the beginning of.
Hey, get out of there!
This is fine. This is fine. I welcome it.
Okay. What's Ferris is done fighting with the cat.
Briar string
is revolted.
Sorry about that.
You're good.
One of the voices of Briarstone is getting into trouble.
No, the other voice of Brandon.
Climbing through the blinds of the open window. I have lifted the blinds. She's going through them anyway.
Cats, what can you do?
Yeah, there's ice outside.
Okay, let me open up this stuff.
Are you reading all of it, or are you giving us just like
it's short
teaser?
It's short. It's only like a minute long, if that. It's just super short. It's a way to start off.
I'm like split between both emotions of John Mulaney, one of which is give it to me, and the other which is.
Well, I mean, this will be a fun little tease for people. We open in a small room. There are books that line the wall, and a woman sits over a desk, her long blonde hair tied back, and she is studying away. You can see in the background the alchemy tables laden with ingredients, and out the window you can see a dark sky with no stars visible at all, but the light of a city sort of off in the distance. She continues to study, reading her book. After a moment, a door opens, and we don't see the woman, but we hear. She goes, "Serena, the queen wants to see us." And Serena picks her head up, brushes some hair out of her face. She has the same blue eyes as her mother, the blue that is so bright it seems to look. She puts down the book she was reading, closes it, and says, "Okay, did she say what it was about?" And the just goes, "No, I think it has something to." And at that, sort of the color slowly drains out of Serena's face, and she nods, getting up hastily, pushes the chair in, just goes, "Okay, let Kyra know. I'll be there in a minute. I need a second." And the door closes, and we fade away.
I'm looking directly at it.
The spice.
Yep.
This thank you.
Yes. So definitely make sure you join us on March 17th for the season premiere of season 2 of Blood of Kings to figure out more of what that is about, and to see if the group will be able to find Serena.
Eat your vegetables.
Yep.
Be gay. Roll dice.
An LGBTQIA actual play podcast network.